if I told you, I'm gonna tell you the strengths of the Bengals, I guess right now coming into the game, and you tell me, do you feel like you have a counter for it, and we could do it vice versa.
Yeah.
But I think the Bengals stopping the pass game is one thing that I think that they do pretty well for the most part. Pretty well. Like last 2 weeks, not that amazing, but good enough to win. They haven't stopped the run really well. And I think that if you're able to run the football right now, they're at a vulnerable spot. And I think you could feast on that. Do you have any thoughts on like on that matchup or
The way I see it is that this is going to be the Kyron Williams game, right? He's got to, this is his second ever start. Last week he had 100 yards from scrimmage and he still had, fans like, I don't know if this is the guy. He only had 50, he had 50 yards against the 49ers, man. That's not easy. So I think that they're going to come out running the football. And I think, a big reason for that is Sean McVay has alluded to the idea of like, hey, we don't want to like overuse Puka Nacua in the first 3 games of the year, right? I mean, this guy, 35 targets, that's not sustainable. If you want him to last the 17 games that you're guaranteed, as Sean McVay put it, you need to make sure that you're keeping him healthy. And by having him go out there and just take shots over the middle to his oblique while he's nursing an oblique is not good. It's not conducive to winning football by putting him out there, not having him out there when you need him. So I think they're going to start to run the ball a little bit more. I think they got away from that script last week because, the 49ers, they get the unfortunate, they always seem to get a lucky bounce here and there. But like, Stafford throws it, goes off of Kyron's hands, gets picked off, and then it kind of changes the momentum of the game. And they did have opportunities, but the problem is the Rams wanted to be pass happy after that because they panicked a little bit. They were down. This, how this team can be. So I think in this one, I think they're going to try to establish the run early on, create the play action opportunities. I think it's going to be once again a short and intermediate ball game for the Rams. I don't think. See, one thing I see on film is when I'm watching the Bengals, they don't allow anything over the top this year. They really don't.
And I will say this, Dax Hill, I do think is far more athletic than all of those dudes. Like he's been all over the place. And then we got Nick Scott, who pretty well.
Yeah,
right.
Also very athletic.
A big hitter. He's been trying to make some big hits, and he's missed on a couple of them. The problem to me is I could count on one hand all the big plays that they gave up in the 2022 season. Them giving up that big bomb to Zay Flowers. Now, that's just one play, but for a Bengals fan, I'm not used to it. The other thing, though, I'm not used to is, I will say this, the offensive line play since we've acquired Orlando Brown. You now got Jonah Williams. Remember when we played you in the Super Bowl, Jonah Williams was probably the best offensive lineman on the team. Now he's the worst. He's the worst offensive lineman on the team. You got Alex Kappa, Ted Karras, Volson, and you got Orlando Brown. And I think those guys are playing a lot better. I was going to ask you this too. How has the pass rush been for the Rams? Because so far the Bengals at this time last year had gave up 13 sacks. So far this year, only 3, and 2 of them he fell at the line of scrimmage.
So the pass rush, I think in the interior, you've started to see some things. It's hard to really know because Geno was getting the ball out quickly. That was their game plan. And then Purdy's getting the ball out like Tom Brady level quick. So, I mean, if they could do that again, it's going to neutralize the pass rush. I think obviously, you have Aaron Donald, but I've been really impressed with Kobe Turner, Byron Young. I think he's going to introduce himself to America on Monday. He's really good, man. I don't know if you've seen him play at all, but he's really good, really athletic. Mixon's got to do more. I mean, we talked about it. There's too much talent here in Cincy that they're going to, go out there and just lay an egg. I think they're definitely going to, we're going to see a hard-fought game. Well, there's some desperation right now. Like, okay, that we're 0-2, we don't want to go 0-3. I think desperate teams are dangerous. And so that's why I know I'm talking like I'm going to pick the Bengals to win. I've already picked the Rams, but that's why I have 31-23 and not like 31-10. You know what I mean?
The blowout potential is there if Jake Browning plays. I do agree.
Yes.
I'm not a big score prediction guy. I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
If Burrow plays, though, no way in hell the Bengals get blown out. Like he's just too efficient.
Yeah.
But I do see them trying to limit, and the 31 that's a big number. That's a big number. If you score 31 on a Bengals, it would mean that we did absolutely nothing on offense in your run game. Everything was clicking. Like everything is clicking. To me, 31 is a lot because we're used to lower scoring games. Like the most teams score generally is like 27 is a high game, like the Chiefs. And they don't really let teams get that many opportunities to score that point. So I think a lower scoring game. Now, if Burrow plays, he could score 20 something, 30 points. To me, in order for the Bengals to win, it would have to be a lower scoring game. Even if Burrow was there, like I just can't see a shootout, not with his injury.